And it's finally time to assemble the frame.
Say, build stuff!
I'm going to start by marking the point on all the tubes where they exit from the 3D printed parts. I'll just use that with some masking tape, which will also serve as masking to prevent excess squeegeed out epoxy from getting all over the tubes. Then I'm going to score all of the sections of the carbon tubes that are going to be bonded with some really rough sandpaper to key the surface, as they say, to give some ridges for the epoxy to bond onto. I'm using the same Scotchwell DP420 adhesive seen in the previous video. The first bonding was the prefabricated aluminum dropouts to my 3D printed dropouts. I'll go back later and add more epoxy to reinforce these. Next up is the bottom bracket. You can see I marked right and left on here because I learned there's a right and left to the threads on there. Fortunately, I learned that through pre-assembly and test fitting before I glued it in the wrong way accidentally. This was a little tricky because pushing the part through here, of course, some epoxy will run into the threads, which could be a problem. Here you can see I'm squeegeeing off some of that excess epoxy and trying to wipe it up as good as possible. Some epoxy would get into the threads, but fortunately I was able to clean up the threads without damaging them after I cured. And now it's time to install the bottom bracket into the fixture. And then apply some epoxy to the chainstays. I want to get these nice and thoroughly coated. Insert the chainstay into the bottom bracket and wipe off the excess epoxy. And then apply more epoxy. Repeat the process for the right side. And now we move on to the seat tube. I don't want to be shy about adding epoxy here because any excess epoxy should run down and help bind the seat tube to the threaded bottom bracket as well as the 3D printed part. So having kind of a big glob of epoxy down on the inside of there is probably a good thing. And then apply more epoxy. Now it's time to get the seat stays installed. And the rear brake mount. These parts have to kind of go on together. Apply more epoxy, and then the dropout can be installed. And then repeat the process on the other side with my back to the camera. Okay, here the rear triangle is assembled, and you can see I've got it clamped in place using the rear axle, and now it's time to work on the down tube. And here I kind of goofed. I should have applied the epoxy to the inside of the 3D printed part, because you can see when I go to install it, it just kind of squeezes a lot of the epoxy out. So I stopped halfway and then tried to sort of transfer all the epoxy to inside the 3D printed part so that I would make sure I would have epoxy down inside where I wanted it. And I think this ended up working out okay. So I learned that lesson quickly and then applied that strategy to the top tube. I'm still applying epoxy to the tube, just a light coat on the tube and then a very liberal amount on the inside of the 3D printed parts. And then the top tube and the head tube can be installed. These parts have to kind of be installed together. You sort of just wiggle them into place. Okay, and now that the frame is basically assembled, I go around and try to smooth out and sort of fillet all the edges with epoxy, and then I'll clean it up with some alcohol and a rag. This is a step I wish I had taken more time to really make look really neat, because it would have made for a much nicer final product. And here's the frame curing with all the masking removed. Now I can go ahead and install the threaded inserts for the water bottle cage mounting. Fast forward about 3 or 4 hours, all the epoxy is cured solid enough to remove the frame from the fixture. And it pops right out thanks to the coating of mold release that I applied the previous day. Inspecting my work here, I'm pretty impressed with myself. Everything feels really solid, really rigid, looks good. Now the true test to install the rear wheel to see if it lines up, and sure enough, that is like a perfect alignment. I don't think I could have done much better than that. Later on that evening, I was confident that the epoxy was cured enough to do a first load-bearing test. Everything is just loosely installed, but I just wanted to see, could I sit on the frame and see how it would feel, and it's looking pretty good. Alright, let's get this thing built up into a bike and go for a ride.